Have you ever noticed that your mind can turn one small problem into 1,000 imaginary disasters? You replay conversations that ended yesterday. You worry about tomorrow before it even arrives. You search for peace, but the harder you chase it, the further away it seems. Now imagine something surprising. What if inner peace isn't something you earn after fixing your entire life? What if peace is already waiting for you, hidden behind one simple habit that almost nobody practices anymore? The strange part is this. For thousands of years, Buddhist monks have quietly protected this habit. It requires no expensive retreat, no perfect morning routine, and no special talent. Yet people who truly understand it often appear calm in situations that leave everyone else overwhelmed. Today you're about to discover why. And by the end of this journey, you may realize that the greatest battle was never happening around you. It was happening inside your own mind. Take a slow breath. Not because breathing magically solves everything, but because this single moment may become the beginning of a completely different relationship with yourself. Many people believe anxiety begins because life is difficult. Buddhism offers a different perspective. Life brings challenges to everyone, but suffering grows when the mind refuses to stop holding on to mistakes, holding on to expectations, holding on to fear, holding on to the version of ourselves we think we should become. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every day. At first you barely notice the weight. Then weeks pass, months pass, years pass. Eventually the burden feels normal. You forget what it feels like to walk freely. This is exactly how overthinking works. Every regret, every imagined future, every silent comparison, every painful memory, each becomes another invisible stone inside the backpack. No wonder your heart feels tired. No wonder sleep refuses to come easily. No wonder even peaceful moments somehow become stressful. But Buddhism teaches something remarkably simple. The backpack isn't glued to your shoulders. You're holding it. And because you're holding it, you can learn to put it down. Not forever. Not perfectly. Just for this moment. There is an old Zen story. A young student traveled across mountains searching for enlightenment. Finally, he reached an elderly monk sitting quietly beside a flowing river. The student eagerly asked, "Master, what is the fastest way to find lasting peace?" The monk smiled gently but said nothing. Instead, he picked up a dry leaf resting near the water. He held it tightly in his fist. Minutes passed. His hand began trembling. The student looked confused. Finally, the monk opened his hand. The leaf floated effortlessly into the river and slowly disappeared downstream. The monk asked, "When I held the leaf tightly, who was trapped?" The student answered, "The leaf." The monk shook his head. "No, my hand was." That single lesson contains extraordinary wisdom. Most of us believe we're controlling our worries. In reality, our worries are controlling us. We grip painful thoughts so tightly that our own hearts become exhausted. The Buddhist habit that brings instant inner peace begins here. Notice. Don't chase. Don't fight. Don't suppress. Simply notice. Notice your thoughts arriving. Notice your emotions rising. Notice your breathing. Notice the stories your mind keeps repeating. Awareness creates space. And inside that space, freedom quietly appears. This doesn't mean pretending everything is okay. It doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities. Instead, it means recognizing that you are not every thought your mind produces. Imagine sitting beside a highway. Thousands of cars speed past. Would you jump into every moving vehicle? Of course not. Yet many people do exactly that with their thoughts. One fearful thought arrives. They climb inside. One angry memory appears. They ride it for hours. One embarrassing moment returns. They relive it for years. Mindfulness teaches something beautifully different. Stay on the side of the road. Watch the traffic. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every emotion deserves control over your day. This simple shift feels almost invisible, yet it transforms everything. Research continues showing that mindful awareness helps reduce stress, quiet emotional reactivity, and improve overall well-being. But Buddhism discovered this truth centuries ago through direct human experience. Peace isn't created, it's uncovered. Like the moon hidden behind moving clouds. The moon never disappeared. Only the clouds moved across it. your peaceful nature is remarkably similar. Anxiety, fear, self-doubt, comparison, these are temporary clouds. They are not your identity. One reason relationships become painful is because we expect other people to remove our inner emptiness. We silently hope someone else will make us feel complete. But no person can permanently silence a restless mind. Only awareness can do that. When you become comfortable sitting quietly with yourself, you stop asking the world to constantly prove your worth. Your confidence becomes quieter, stronger, less dependent on approval. Ironically, people often feel more connected to you because you're no longer chasing validation. Silence begins replacing desperation. Presence replaces performance. Love becomes something you give, not something you desperately beg to receive. Tonight, before sleep, try something incredibly simple. Turn off every distraction. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Feel your breathing without trying to change it. When thoughts appear, smile gently. Then let them drift away like clouds crossing a vast blue sky. Don't judge yourself for thinking. Simply return to this breath. Again, and again, and again. Each return is not failure. Each return is the practice. Each return strengthens the peaceful habit hidden inside every human being. Now comes the question that quietly changes everything. If letting go brings peace, why is it so difficult? Because the mind confuses attachment with safety. It whispers, if I keep thinking about this, I'll be prepared. If I replay that conversation one more time, maybe I'll finally understand. If I worry enough, I can prevent pain. But notice what actually happens. The problem rarely disappears. Only your energy does. This is why Buddhist teachings invite us to replace control with trust. Not blind trust in the outside world, but trust in our own ability to meet whatever life brings. Imagine standing beside a river. You cannot stop the current. You cannot command the water to flow backward. The harder you resist it, the more exhausted you become. Yet the moment you stop fighting the river, something remarkable happens. You begin moving with life instead of against it. This is the heart of the Buddhist habit that brings instant inner peace. It is not about changing the world. It is about changing your relationship with the world. A wise Zen teacher once welcomed a successful businessman who admitted, "I have everything I thought I wanted, but I still feel restless." The teacher quietly poured tea into a small cup. The tea reached the top. Yet he continued pouring. Soon it overflowed across the table. The businessman jumped up. "Stop! The cup is already full." The teacher smiled. So is your mind. You keep asking life to give you peace while your mind is already overflowing with expectations, comparisons, regrets, and endless noise. Before peace can enter, something unnecessary must leave. Think about your own life. How much mental space is occupied by things that no longer exist? Old arguments, old disappointments, old versions of yourself. You carry memories that time has already released. Buddhism gently reminds us that healing doesn't begin by collecting more wisdom. It begins by releasing what no longer serves us. That is emotional healing. Not forgetting, not denying, simply refusing to let yesterday continue borrowing today's peace. This becomes especially powerful in relationships. Many people believe love means holding on tightly, but genuine love has room to breathe. When we cling to people, we create fear. Fear of rejection, fear of change, fear of losing what we cannot permanently keep. Everything in life changes. Seasons change. Weather changes. Children grow. Parents age. Friendships evolve. Even mountains slowly transform over time. Why should we expect our lives to remain perfectly still? The Buddha taught that suffering often begins when we demand permanence from an impermanent world. Acceptance is not giving up. Acceptance is seeing reality clearly. And clarity creates peace. This same wisdom transforms how we see ourselves. Perhaps you've spent years believing you're not successful enough, not attractive enough, not productive enough, not worthy enough. Those thoughts may have visited your mind thousands of times, but repetition does not make them true. Imagine looking into a lake during a storm. The water shakes violently. Your reflection appears distorted. Would you conclude your face is broken? Of course not. You would wait. As the wind settles, the water becomes still. Only then does your true reflection appear. Your mind works exactly the same way. An anxious mind cannot accurately measure your worth. A noisy mind cannot clearly see reality. That is why silence is so powerful. Silence is not empty. Silence is where truth becomes easier to hear. This is why many Buddhist monks spend time walking quietly through forests, sitting beside rivers, or watching the sunrise without speaking. They're not escaping life. They're learning to experience it without constant mental commentary. And you don't have to live in a monastery to practice this. You can begin today, while drinking your morning coffee, while walking outside, while washing the dishes, while watching the evening sky. Simply be where your feet are. Your phone can wait. Tomorrow can wait. Even your worries can wait. Because this moment is the only place where peace has ever existed. Tonight, before you fall asleep, try this gentle practice. Place one hand over your heart. Take a slow, natural breath. Then silently repeat these words. I release what I cannot control. I forgive myself for being human. I welcome this moment exactly as it is. Peace is already within me. Repeat them slowly, not to convince yourself, but to remember something your heart has always known. Over time, this habit becomes more than a meditation. It becomes the way you speak, the way you listen, the way you love, the way you forgive, the way you respond instead of react. People may not immediately understand what changed. They'll simply notice something different about you. Your presence feels calmer. Your words carry less fear. Your smile feels genuine. Your silence becomes comfortable instead of lonely. That is the quiet power of Buddhist wisdom. Not dramatic, not loud, not instant success. Just one peaceful moment, leading to another, until an entirely different life begins to unfold. Remember this. You are not your anxious thoughts. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the opinions of strangers. You are the awareness that notices them all. And awareness is always larger than fear. So the next time your mind begins racing, pause, take one slow breath, observe without judgment, release what you cannot carry forever, then return to the only place where life is actually happening, right here, right now. If this message brought even a small sense of calm into your day, consider sharing it with someone who may be carrying a heavy heart. And if you'd like more Buddhist wisdom, mindfulness practices, and peaceful reflections like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future journeys toward a calmer, wiser life. Until next time, may your mind grow quieter, your heart grow lighter, and may you discover the peace that has been within you all along.